All right, welcome back to another episode of the Hangout with me, Brian Wospoon, and my co-host Cam Blank. It is Wednesday night, December 11th. It was a good week of football. It's kind of coming to an end, which I'm kind of sad about, but we actually had some breaking news literally right before we started recording. Bill Belichick is becoming the UNC head coach, most likely. It's like about to be finalized. I know he sent over like a 400 page like organizational Bible to UNC saying this is what we need, this is what we're doing. And I also heard that there's a clause that his son is taking over after he leaves. So um, I kind of think it's a weird situation for UNC. I don't know why the hell they did it, but what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I was listening to Bill talk a little bit. Like he said, he's gonna build the program like to be like a professional foot like it's
Yeah,
well. So I think it could be good and bad. Obviously, it's a different perspective when like somebody like that coaching in the NFL and coming back going to
mm,
college. Like it's probably a whole new experience for him a little bit, thinking of the part of like recruiting and all that and like
yeah,
So I think that's a big part of it. Like usually you see the guys going from college to NFL. Sometimes the jumps down aren't usually as uh happen as often. So I did get a somebody did ask me to ask this question. I told them I'd keep their name anonymous, but they said,
okay.
"Do you think Bill is going to make them a national contender right away?"
No,
No.
I think this is going to be a dumpster fire. That's what I think. I think it's going to be god fucking awful. Like he's already talking about, yeah, like I'm going to make you pro ready. What does a Georgia, what does a Oregon, what does Alabama and those programs already do? You know what I mean? Like his main selling point is going to be, hey, I'm going to get you. I know a lot of people in the pros to get you where you need to be. So does it everybody that's a high level D1 coach. So like I don't really get it. And plus, you see Gronk and friggin' Julian Edelman and Tom Brady last Sunday on Fox. They were asked about it, and they were like, "It's a terrible idea." So like I like it's. I think he's going to be a little overbearing. I think it's kind of like a pansy move with the clause with his son taking over afterwards. But it's not really an upgrade either. Like they thought Mac Brown was so old. This dude's like 2 years younger. Like what are we doing here? Like I don't know. I think it's going to be a whole shit show. I don't think he's going to. Maybe his girlfriend wants to go live. His 23-year-old girlfriend wants to go live there, live in Raleigh or wherever the heck the campus is. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. What do you think that they're going to be national contenders?
I don't know about national contenders. I think they'll compete better than they have.
Yeah, I think they'll
I
be
think
better, but
it's just gonna draw a lot of attention. Like they're gonna he's gonna probably bring in a decent amount of transfers now. Like he's gonna be probably big in the portal. Like
yeah, but
being able to go play for a Super Bowl winning coach and a coach in the national football, like with his resume, I think that's gonna bring it. Like that brings a lot of attention. So
yeah,
I think a lot of the players are gonna, a lot of guys who are in the portal are gonna probably start looking there a little bit.
yeah, I think people will look, but like you hear all these things, like it's kind of like miserable, like playing underneath them.
Yeah.
Like so, I just I don't know. He's obviously a great mind. I don't know if it's going to work in college football. Um, some more things that happened in college football. Obviously, we had our conference champions. I got probably the majority of these wrong that I thought were going to win or cover. Boise State obviously beat UNLV on Friday. We had a shootout with Oregon and Penn State. Oregon obviously winning the first time being in the Big Ten and winning that. Uh, we had the debacle of Georgia versus Texas, a total shit show on Texas's part. And then we had obviously Arizona State beating the brakes off of Iowa State with Scadaboo and Dillingham at the helm. And then we had the the SMU ponies get beat by Dabo, zombie Dabo out there. But I thought it was a pretty good week overall. Um,
Yeah, I think it
I
was an
think,
exciting time to go out and watch. Like even if you're not really invested, there were some
yeah,
that Texas Georgia game was a fun game to watch.
it
SM
was. Yeah.
Norman back was a fun game to like. That was a good, fun and like night game to watch. I think Oregon the Oregon game was like there was a lot of points, so
Mm.
offensive guys. I think like that game, but Oregon looked kind of dominant from the start to finish there.
Yeah, no, Oregon definitely solidified themselves as the number one team in college football. Um, the other games, I think Arizona State, I think like people are still kind of like talking down to them, saying it's an easy path for these bigger schools to go through them in the playoff.
Mhm.
But the way they played, dude, with Scatabo and what's
Love it.
their court Levitt, yeah. Um, it just looked like they were a freight train that couldn't get stopped. I don't know what like Texas or Clemson's going to do when they play them. Um, yeah, that's basically yeah. I mean, I know Texas fucking totally shit the bed. It was so bad. It was
Yeah,
basically giving me a heart attack.
that was tough to watch, especially rooting for Texas and
Hmm.
kind of becoming a little bit of a fan of them when I was living with you in college. Like, kind of grew on me, like watching them, and that was a tough one to watch for them.
I I just don't know what they're
Sark's
missing.
getting Kirk's made or Kirby's making Sark his dad his bitch right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I hate Kirby. He's a bitch. He's a bitch. But
Yeah,
I just it feels like the offense is just missing something. Like that. Like we also
yeah,
beat ourselves. Like all those
definitely.
fucking penalties. We fucking
Yeah, Sark was
run.
not happy about that at halftime. That was
Oh, he was pissed. I was like, hell yeah, brother. He gave like a Coach Pop answer. And fucking just ran into this ran into the locker room. But yeah, I just don't know. I also don't understand the Texas fans that are like calling for Quinn to get benched. Like I
Well, that
don't.
was the thing. Like, and that's one of the things I don't understand. So you go to overtime and you get the ball first, and you throw Arch out there, and you don't really throw the ball when Arch is out there. Like, I mean,
Mm,
yeah, like when he plays like a bunch, but it's kind of like that like Steelers rotation with like Russell Wilson and just
yeah.
like you could tell what was coming. Like there was some sort of like quarterback run
Hmm.
involved, and like so I don't know. Like if you're gonna go with Arch, like put him in like at least let him go the dry, like let him go a couple play,
Yeah.
make him threaten him through the air a little bit with Arch, because then you switch back to Quinn and he ends up getting the first down. That was a crazy catch for the first down.
Yeah.
And then but then he goes and I don't know if they were access or design, but one of them definitely looked like access. And
Yeah. On the backside.
yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I'm taking that shot,
Yeah, I don't
especially with
know. It's like wishy washy with Quinn. Like I think he's a good QB, but like he'll
yeah,
have a
it's like the
stellar
run.
half and then fucking shit the bed the rest of the game.
He still threw for over 300 yards. He still had
Yeah, yeah. Like that's what I don't understand. Like you have like couch coaches on the watching the game and posting on social media, hey, we got to get rid of Quinn. We got to make Arch ready for this playoff run. Like, do you understand how like a football season works? You're gonna just throw in a QB. Like I know Arch played a couple games, but like at the end of the day, Sark's offense is very fucking complicated, and you
yeah,
have this guy that has more starts. You're gonna ride him throughout, and also people talking shit about like how the defense of Texas started crumbling in the second half to a backup QB. But you know, it's fucking hard as shit when you prep for one guy and you know exactly what that guy is going to do and his
yeah,
tendencies, and then you knock him out, and then you get a whole new guy you have no film on. You're like, all right, fuck it, here we go.
yeah. Especially like for that kid, like he's just he's going out there and trying to prove himself. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be the next guy. Obviously, Beck's leaving. Like he's the next guy out. Like he's got
Yeah.
he doesn't have much to lose here. Like worst case, they
Mm.
go out and they lose. They're probably still in the playoff and gets another. Like he was just out there and honestly, after that first drive, he didn't really do too much after the game.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
I
like
mean,
I was
he
watching.
did
I
get
was
the
like, he's
first
not gonna do
down,
much.
get rocked on the draw, but
Yeah, yeah. But those were the championship games. I thought it, like you said, I thought it was a good weekend of football. People were kind of like shitting on it because they were like, does it really matter? But it was some good football, and got to see some pivotal things.
like you
Um,
said, we didn't know how it was going to shake out last week after this, and honestly, I think they did a pretty good job with like how everything did shake out.
yeah, yeah. So like we had, I think the committee got it exactly right. Obviously, I think they need to get rid of auto buys, and I think they I think they need to reseed after every round. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Instead
like
of being
lowest
fixed.
plays the highest and all that.
Yeah, because right now they have Arizona at the 4 playing either Clemson or Texas, Oregon, the 1 seed playing either Ohio State or Tennessee in the next round. Boise State playing Penn State or SMU, and then Georgia either playing Indiana or Notre Dame. Like I said, I think they got the right people in. I'm glad SMU was still able to get in. Um, but I think next year, I think they need to just if they just get rid of those two things, if they just reseed after every round, and then they just put the best 4 teams in the top 4 spots, I think that'll fix a lot of things. But I thought they got it right.
Yeah, the only thing I think Notre Dame could have probably gotten a little higher. If they were undefeated, I could have
Yeah,
seen them being the.
they also lost to NIU at home, which
So
is
yeah,
like people
exactly.
forgot. But yeah, no,
Because
I mean,
that was but like that was the only thing I got like I really stuck out because I think Penn State again they did end up doing all right and they scored that late touchdown with like
mm,
2 minutes left, which put them within one score. But I was like, I don't know, I would have. I don't think I think like Notre Dame could compete better with Penn State than like
yeah,
they could kind of say they have a deserving spot more than like higher seed than Penn State does.
yeah, I get what you're saying. Who do you think has the easiest path?
Um uh
I think it's
it's
Penn State. That's what I think. I think Penn
yeah,
State
but
has the
again,
easiest
like
path.
I'm not high on Penn State though. So like I think Penn State like I think if they win against SMU, which I don't even know if they will, they do
Yeah, I
have
don't know either.
um then they get Boise, which obviously I think they're gonna beat Boise. I think whoever wins that game is gonna beat Boise.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's still like they still got to go through like a Georgia or possibly like Notre Dame again or Notre Dame. I
yeah, but like, yeah,
think
you
they
never know. I mean, it's playoffs, so maybe Georgia gets like in a fluke game against a Notre Dame or something like that, and then you get the Penn State versus Notre Dame. You mean kind of like a toss up to me, I guess.
like I just don't want to say like again they're playing like the worst team that got the bye. Like they're playing Boise State. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
again and if say Texas fell to the six, like everybody would just say Texas because they're gonna play an 11 seed team. They play an SMU and then they'd go play Boise.
mm,
Like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like so I guess yes, but like I would go with Penn State, but at the same time, no, because I'm not high on Penn State either. So
yeah. I get you. I get you.
I mean the bottom
Um.
half of the bracket is definitely like
Oh yeah, it's
toss up.
definitely
Like the first
it,
half is like there's like some crazy match, but like I could not tell you who I think is gonna come out of this bottom half. Like I have a couple picks who will come out of the top. Like I think
yeah.
the top two obviously are Oregon and Texas out of this top, but
Me too. Yeah.
I think
Um.
out of the bottom, like I couldn't even
No, the
SMU
bottom's a fucking shit
SMU and Notre
show.
Dame would be my picks out of the bottom.
I like that. I like that.
Underdog. Georgia, I think maybe with Gunner, they're not as good. So I'll take my chances. Obviously, Notre Dame's got a lot to prove though, still, because they took one loss and then they played Army and Navy were probably their next two
Mm.
big wins, except their win over A&M at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. 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 So next week they'll play these games, so we won't pick the lines or whatever. But I was thinking maybe we should do like a little bet. where we just pick winners for each round. And if you get one right from each game, it's 1 point for the first round. Next round, the quarterfinals, you pick again. It's worth 2 points every one you get right, and then three, and then four into the national championship. And we should bet on it and do something crazy for the bet. What did you got any ideas or no?
We'll think of something. We can
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. So we'll do that. We'll do that
I
next
got a
weekend.
quick question for you. You're the early lines. Notre Dame's minus 7.5.
Uh
What side you taking?
huh. I don't know, man. I think Rourke is a great QB. I think Notre Dame's defense. I think Notre Dame's going to bully him. Notre Dame's going to bully him. I think it's going to just be like Ohio State. They're just going to have bigger boys to push them around. Like that run, like Jeremiah Love's going to run all over Indiana. I don't. Yeah, no,
SMU Penn State spreads 9.
I'm yeah SMU. I'm still on the pony train.
Clemson
Clemson.
11 spreads
See,
11.
like I don't know why these lines are so fucking big. Like I don't understand it at all, and it makes me fucking nervous, especially as a Texas fan. When Clemson, which Dabo now since fucking Mac Brown is got fired, him and Kirby are the only coaches with a national championship, and they're 11-point dogs. 11-point dog. I don't know. I that's a
Tennessee,
toss
Ohio
up.
State. Ohio State minus 7.5.
See, I don't even know why that's that big. So I mean, I'm excited. We'll see what happens. I
Early
gotta get.
lines. Early lines for me. I'm going Notre Dame on the points,
Uh,
SMU on the points,
yeah,
Texas on the points, Tennessee on the points.
yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, Texas fucking makes me nervous, but
I don't like Clemson. I think Clemson's still fraudulent. Again, they have
I know
no
I think they're
offense
really
credit. I'll give their
fraudulent. But
defense
like,
credit, but
yeah, their defense isn't bad.
SMU just
But
had such a bad first quarter and a half that I think they were just so far behind.
mm,
It was hard to come back from, and they almost did it too. They made Clemson have to kick a game-winning field goal. So
yeah, no. So, all right. Well, that's the college football playoff scenarios. We got some awards coming out soon. We were talking about last week about the Heisman. They finally said the finalists: Dylan Gabriel, Cam Ward, Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter. I don't even know why because they use sometimes they send five, sometimes they send four, sometimes they send three. Why don't you just send the two that you know that are like just send Genty and
yeah,
Hunter?
like
Like there's no reason. Like Dylan Gabriel, great year. He was the number one guy on the number one team, but he didn't have that much stats. Cam Ward, yeah, he threw for 4,000 yards, but he only had 36 touchdowns for those 4,000 yards,
yeah.
and he lost fucking 2 games. So I don't know why they're just not sending Travis and Ashton, but
Well, that's kind of my point too. Is like I don't know how it's favored and for Hunter, like you said, like I think Shador is a really good player, and Shador won the Big 12 Player of the Year award, and Hunter is getting like all this hype to do it. And I think Hunter's obviously a really good player, but
yeah, yeah,
I think Genty is way more deserving. He took this team all the way to a, a first round bye in the playoffs, and they lost one game, and he had
hmm
easy stats, and he could have had more. They blew out a bunch of the teams they played, and said Colorado only. We've talked about this before. I was like Colorado only. They lost like 4 games,
yeah,
and I was like, I don't know, maybe like so. Yeah, great. He can play both sides of the ball. And he's gonna go have 100 yards and a couple tackles, maybe.
hmm
But like at the end of the day, like still lost 4 games.
yeah. Like I don't really get the votes are in, so like there's nothing that can be happening right now. But I was talking about it today. Like when I look at a Heisman, I look at like a Tebow, a Lamar Jackson, a Cam Newton. Like if those guys weren't on that fucking team, that team would not be good. Like
Yeah,
what are we doing here? And people are like, oh yeah, like you said, he plays both sides of this. I don't think he's the best corner. I don't think he's the best wide receiver either. I like if he was just playing corner, I don't think he's the best corner in college football. And if which I think, yeah, he's maybe like top three, but I don't think he's the best. And then the same with wide receiver. Like he's not.
Yeah.
And like you said, he didn't even win the Player of the Year in his own fucking conference.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here? Like, but I don't know. I know it's gonna. The betting odds. I think he's like at minus like 1,000 or something like that. Like it's a sure thing that he's gonna win. But
They'll just
I
try and
think
stick Genty for the off chance. Just try and get Genty.
yeah, get some extra cash maybe.
Maybe
Um, but no, yeah, I think we're both on the same side of Genty. Like people are talking about Travis like talking shit about him, saying it's a I didn't know it was a stamina trophy, which it is tough to play both ways at D1 level, but
yeah,
I
he
don't know.
definitely
Ash,
can't knock the guy for being able to go both ways and still
yeah.
again still perform. It wasn't like he was. I think was yet last year was their first year at Colorado. I think like last year it got to him a little bit. I think like
Hmm.
obviously they weren't as good. Like they hit the portal good. They got a ton of extra players.
Yeah.
But I think like last year did it and it wasn't as effective. I think it obviously is way more effective this year. But again, it's still like he still only went out and won 4 games. So or lost 4 games. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, we'll see what happens. I think it's just a runaway train with Hunter. But did you watch the selection show at all and see Saban kind of talking shit about schedule disparities and like
yeah, I saw that.
talking about strength schedule? What do you think about what he was saying?
Yeah, I get it, but like also like you can't every conference is different. Like obviously the SEC like stands above the rest with the conference, but like
Yeah.
I don't think it's like crazy difference. Like I do think like there are teams that would go and compete in the SEC. There are teams that will go and compete in higher conference, and it
Mm.
kind of goes to prove like already this year, like the Big 12 was their first year, Arizona State's first year in it, and they went and won the whole thing. They had one loss all year.
Yeah.
And then like Oregon, same thing. They were in the Pac-12 and they left for the Big Ten and they went and won it. Texas was in the Big 12. They left for the ACC and they were a player two away.
Yeah.
Thing
Yeah. So I'm
in SMU left the American and went to probably maybe second, maybe third. That Big Ten and ACC or maybe a toss-up depending on the year for second and
yeah.
third conference. And they stormed, blew everybody out of the water and went all the way to the championship. And lost the
Yeah.
game
So
by 3 points.
yeah,
So
I thought it was kind of bullshit what he was saying. I just like how I think you fix the disparities is because then they're talking about like they're not going to play big out of conference games. What you
yeah,
fix
so like
it, how you fix it, because like people are also saying like a Texas didn't really play many people in the SEC that were like good competition, and if we were in the SEC West, then we would have a juggernaut of a competition to go against. All you got to do is add one more conference game. That's what the Big 12 does. The Big 12 added to 9 conference games. If the Big 10 and the SEC and the ACC all played one more conference game, you're bound to get another matchup against someone that's fucking good. So I just don't
yeah.
understand the
Or if you don't do that, you kind of do it like basketball does. Like they do the ACC like Big 12
yeah.
cross game. Like make all these teams that are like schedule the spirit, make them all go play each other. So then if they take a loss, it either affects them more when it comes to like playoff time and seeding,
Mm-hmm.
or it affects it less. Like now you can really decipher where these teams stand. So you get like
Yeah.
Ohio State goes out and plays like Texas and beats them, and then Ohio State runs the table. Like now you got
Yeah.
a team that like proved they can play with these big teams.
Yeah, no, I think
I
I
mean,
like that
Ohio State
idea of
might
like
not have been a great example, but
yeah, but I like that idea of crossing over and doing that. I think that would make it a lot better. And once you were saying that, I was like, they all talked about non-conference games and things like that. Why don't you stop doing cupcake games then? You know what I mean? Like if you just stop doing cupcake games, then your strength of schedule will be so big that even if you lose the game, it's going to be all right. Like if you lose it in a close fashion, like you have Notre Dame, like if they lost one more game, like if they lost to USC, they were out.
Yeah.
But if they didn't schedule cupcakes throughout the whole year and was playing big name teams, they might get in with three losses, or like other teams will have three losses. You know what I mean? But I also think with changing the playoff of doing the best 1 through 4 to get the buys and things like that will definitely help it out.
Yeah, like I also don't see the idea of like making it bigger again. Now you're just kind of like just throwing teams in it to be in it. Like who
Mm.
knows how good like Ole Miss would have actually done in this play.
Well, we're supposed to go from
Like 12.
after this. We're supposed to go to 14, and they're supposed to end at 16 by 2028.
Yeah, and then but then you're playing football almost all year round for these guys unless you start shortening the season. Like this is already going to the end of January.
Yeah, I know it's a long time. It's a
But
fucking long ass time.
and
So
then so I don't like I guess maybe like you're just making it a full NFL season at that point.
yeah, I think 14 is where they should stop. I don't think a 16 would work,
I
but
honestly think 12 is a good spot. Like I don't know like so who is Miami and Alabama were the first two out? Like
yeah,
Miami honestly had so many close games. Like again, they can put them in and give them Georgia or Texas first round and see what
and it
happens.
gets stomped. Yeah, but we have Army and Navy this weekend.
Mhm. Just
The
looking at
only, yeah, the only football we have, I think, on Saturday. There might be one more other game, but
Saturdays dedicated to them.
yeah, I'm big on Army. I think they're gonna steamroll. I think it's like 6.5.
Yep.
Yeah, six and a
38
half.
and a half.
Yeah, I'm gonna slam the over. It's hit the last 3 times.
I think it goes over too.
Yeah, like I think that's gonna be my play. I don't know if I'll do the 6.5. I might just do Army to win parlayed with the over and smash that. But
I like
you
that
get
idea.
you get you get some good triple option offense to watch on Saturday. But that's about it. You got any other college football stuff?
I think we hit everything we wanted to talk about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we hit all college football. There's nothing really too much else going on.
Yeah, no.
Nothing's really camp. Portal started. Portal's
Yeah,
out
it's
of
been
quarterbacks
wild.
are in.
I've been seeing a lot of people leaving, a lot of people doing this, doing that.
Preston
What I did
Stone's
like,
finally out.
yeah, yeah. No,
I
I
did go
what
so
one thing I
I liked that because I think he is a good quarterback. Like he's somebody that can go make a difference for a team for sure.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm excited. This is the good time to where it's like free agency. You're like ready to go, see where people are going to go. One
The
thing I
shame
did like,
he's gonna make.
I yeah, I saw Kenny Dillingham. He was on a couple podcasts that I listened to today, and he was asked about the transfer portal, and he was like, "I told my team, you can do what you want. I'll help you out, and we can you just don't let it affect our practice," which I thought was pretty sick because like obviously these teams that are in the playoffs, they're missing this transfer portal um, section of time. So I thought that was a really good, like, different look from a coach saying something like that instead of not helping out students trying to transfer or do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. But yeah, no, transfer portal has been fucking crazy.
Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks are already taking off. That's what I
Mm.
like. There's a lot of big names that are
Yeah,
around.
we'll see what happens. It'll make it exciting.
Calling it now. Riley Leonard's out. Notre Dame this year. He's got to go. Connor Wegman to Notre Dame next year.
He sucks,
He's following in the footsteps, just like Riley Leonard and just like Sam Hartman. They all remind me.
dude.
They all remind me of like each other.
Just mediocre QBs, mediocre white QBs.
Or Devin Brown's going to go to Notre Dame, wear 33 in the blue and gold.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think, yeah, I don't know. It's obviously a crazy time. I'm not too much watching it, but because like Texas obviously is in the playoffs, so I don't know how much they're wheeling and dealing. But NFL football this weekend was kind of boring. Good thing a lot of things happen in college. kind of getting to the point where like you're like, why do these teams even have to play? You know what I mean? Like they should be able to just opt out for the rest of the season. Um,
Some
Josh
teams
Allen was
are
crazy
starting to
though.
make a run.
Huh?
Some teams are starting to make runs.
Yeah, my Seahawks, 9 in a row. I think it's 9 in a row, yeah, or something like that, or seven in a row. I think they're gonna make a push. Um, Josh Allen was unreal.
Yeah,
Sunday.
he's
He's
great.
he's. I think he kind of solidified that he's the MVP.
It's about time he gets one. He finally kept the pick numbers down, which I think held him out a
Mm,
couple of those years in the past. So I
yeah,
think finally him keeping those pick numbers down for sure is solidifying and kind of doing it like there's no like he doesn't have a Diggs anymore. Like his number one's Khalil Shakir and
yeah. Doing
Dalton
Keon
Kincaid
Coleman when he
probably
yeah
when
when
he's
they're
healthy.
healthy. Yeah.
So
Who do you
God,
what are you gonna say?
no.
Who do you have for the AFC? You think are the contenders?
Contenders, I got Buffalo, I got Pitt, and I got Denver.
Damn. Yeah, I like that. I had the same thing, but instead of Denver, I put the Chiefs because I was just like, let's just throw the Chiefs in there. But
Still a good team.
I was staring at Bo, man. I was staring at Bo. I was like, dude, I'm thinking they actually might go for a run here. Like
I've been
with
saying
him in
it for
that
3
defense.
years. Ever since he was at Auburn, all my college roommates used to give me shit for it, saying Bo's gonna do good. And
Bo
then
knows.
Sean Payton, and that defense is nasty. Fangio's DC over there. That's a good team.
Yeah,
It's,
no, yeah. We'll see what happens,
they
dude.
had their slow start. They're doing good. They're winning games. They're scoring points. They're shutting teams down. Two pick sixes last week.
Yeah, no, they're fucking nasty. Yeah, I should have. I'm glad you fucking pulled the trigger because I was staring at him. I was like, fuck it. Let me put three teams. I kind of just threw the Chiefs in there. They're fucking, I don't know.
Yeah,
They're
obviously
not,
they are a fate. Like they're 12-1, and they're finding their
yeah, they just
magic is
win
working.
games.
They're
Voodoo
winning.
magic.
Yeah, they're winning.
But what do you think
I just
about the
think
NFC?
eventually it runs out.
Yeah, no, I don't, I
That's
don't,
that's my opinion. Maybe
I
it
think once
doesn't
you
pop,
have too many close games, it's just fucking a shit show. But,
especially when you're winning them all now. Like trying to find a way to win it, like it could get a little tough
hmm
in the playoffs for
yeah.
sure.
What do you got for contenders in the NFC?
Honestly, I think Detroit, Philly, I think are your top two.
Yeah, me too.
I'm in a toss up. I think like Green Bay could make a run, maybe. They're
hmm
really consistent though. I would be more scared of a team like Tampa Bay or the Rams getting in there and doing some damage.
Yeah, yeah, I think they're gonna. Yeah,
Obviously,
no,
I think if the Bucks stayed a little bit more healthy this year, I would
well, they're
be.
getting healthy at the right time now.
They
Mike
are.
Evans just has played the last game or two. They're definitely good. I put the Seahawks as my third as a homer pick. They're fucking that defense is coming alive, bro. That defense is coming alive. McDonald's got them playing. I
Yep.
hate Geno Smith though. I hate that motherfucker. But
I think first episode I said it might be time for Gino to get up on out of there.
yeah, no, I'm getting nervous because what do we have as a backup? Fucking Sam Howell. That's what we had. So I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. But no,
Minnesota's obviously really good too. I think eventually it might cool down, but if you can get the ball to Addison and Justin Jefferson, that team can.
Sam Darnold's a dude, man. I don't even know what they're gonna do next year. Do you? I think you extend him. Like I would. Like you have JJ, maybe do like a Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre fucking hold back, see what happens. Um, but do you see that video of that? You know that Eagles guy that goes around in the parking lot and like interviews fans. You see that?
Yeah.
And um, meanwhile, they're 11 and I think they're 11-2, right? 11-2, won like nine straight. All the fucking fans that were coming out after the Panthers game was just shitting on the Eagles, dude. I've never heard, especially this year, more bitching from a organization like fans. than Eagles fans, and they're fucking 11-2.
Yeah.
I would die to be 11-2. Like, yeah, the Seahawks are good, but like there was one fan. He was like, "Yeah, Jalen Hurts is not the answer. We need to get Jackson Dart or Jalen Milrow." That's what he said. I was like, "Dude, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking dumb?"
I
I
mean, I could agree to an extent that Jalen is probably. I don't know if you've watched some of the Eagles games. They are kind of stressful to watch because there are times they're
yeah, yeah, I
real
get
bad
that.
on
Yeah,
offense. If Barkley isn't on his game, sometimes they do not look great.
yeah, but then they always figure it out. They
Yeah,
always get it done.
I mean,
Fucking
I agree. I wouldn't be mad with an 11-2 record and team that's
it's
playing that well right now.
yeah, but it's like these fans, dude. Like the video, like I was just laughing my ass off because it's like every week. Like if they don't like blow out, the guy comes out. He's like, "We should have blown them out." They're like the Panthers aren't like they were dog shit at the beginning of the season, but they almost beat the fucking Chiefs. So I don't know what
He was
they're
just
talking about.
covering for some reason. Here,
Yeah,
he's betting on the Panthers to cover. He probably made some good money the past couple of weeks.
yeah. Ever since fucking Bryce Young got benched and got brought back out, you see AJ Brown kind of pissed at Jalen Hurts in the
Yeah,
press. Yeah, it's kind of bullshit. And then fucking stupid ass Brandon Graham went on and said he said they used to be friends. That's what he said on fucking Philly Talk Radio.
yeah.
Like, what are we doing, dude? They're a dumpster fire. That whole
Because Jamar Chase is just absolutely running every wide receiver out of the building right now. It's the,
bro.
him
Like,
and Brown are on a phenomenal run together.
dude, they're just nasty. And then
I
you have
would try and say they could make a run if they do make the playoffs, but that defense is so bad.
so bad, dude.
And they
They're
have
god awful.
Trey Hendrickson's lighting it up on the field too. Trey Hendrickson is nasty. And they
Yeah,
just
people are just like the defense is so bad, and then you look at the sack leaders and Trey Hendrickson and just demolishing everybody.
yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Fucking Joe Burrow's house got broken into. Then
Yeah, I saw
he had a swimsuit model there, and she said that she was his assistant. It's a whole shit show, dude. It's a whole shit show in
that's so
Cincy.
funny.
But
My
yeah, but
his assistant. Oh,
yeah, she's a
gotta
fucking
be
swimsuit model. She goes, "Yeah, I'm his assistant. I'm watching it. I'm his housekeeper."
he was
Yeah,
away in
okay.
Dallas. He couldn't be he needed somebody to watch the house. She's
Yeah. You got any other NFL stuff?
no. AFC is bad though.
The AFC is real bad. I started looking when we were doing the pretenders and the contenders or whatever, and it was kind of hard to pick. Like even I looked at the Ravens, I was like, they're not good.
I
Their
think
defense is bad.
they're like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
They were here. They were like right here, and then
You know, but yeah, no,
Big
I think it's definitely going to be NFC winner. I'm kind of hoping it's just Lions versus Bills. That's what I'm
that'll be
hoping
good.
for.
We got that this week.
I know. Yeah,
I
we
don't
have
know why they didn't flex it
the
to the Sunday night game, but
yeah. I don't
it's
understand, but
4:25.
yeah, we get the two matchups that I think are going to happen are happening this week: Steelers versus Eagles, and we have um like you said, Bills versus Lions. Those are the two Super Bowl matchups I could see happening.
Yeah, and both
But
those games at 4 o'clock this week.
yeah, I know. I mean, I'm kind of just
There are some good games on the slate. This is a good week for football. A lot of good
yeah.
games.
I think so too. It's finally NFL's getting some shine because college football's been fucking crazy the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you want to do best bets?
Yeah, so I went all dogs this week.
Hell yeah! What did you? How did you go? What did you do?
This is what I landed on.
Let me pull it. Yeah,
Buccaneers +3.
against.
The Chargers.
Okay, I like that. I was
I
looking
think
at that as well.
I think the obviously it's must win for both of them. Like Chargers 8-5, Buccaneers are 7-6. But this Buccaneers team, I think, has just kind of been underrated this like whole
Mm.
year. Like, and they they had their ups and downs lately. Like that, they can go out and score, and then they'll stall out for a while. But
Yeah.
if you can't, you got to stop that run game. Those three running backs, Irving, White,
Hmm.
Tucker.
Nasty.
Any point, one of them can break one for you guys.
Hmm.
So, and I think the Chargers are all right. I just think they're like an all right team. After that, I went against them I faded them last week and it worked for me. I'm fading them again. Give me the Bills plus 2.5. I'm gonna hope the line gets to 3. So just in case of a put,
Yeah.
I like the Packers so much.
Dude,
At,
you're being ballsy this week.
yeah,
You're being ballsy, bro.
I'll probably take the Bills money line too. Like
Yeah.
the Lions are just they're at like a tipping point where a loss, I think I can see a loss coming eventually. It just
Mm.
when's it gonna happen? Kind of like
Yeah.
how about the Chiefs. And then my next pick, give me the Dolphins over the Texans. Well, Dolphins are plus 3, and I'll take the money line on it too.
Yeah, I think the Texans are frauds. I like those picks. All underdogs, but I like them. I went the opposite. I have one dog. I have one dog actually. To start off, I have the Bengals at -5 against the Titans. Like, I don't care how like the Bengals defense is terrible, but then Titans offense, Will Levis can't
They
throw
won't
a
be able to
ball.
score the point.
Yeah.
They won't be able, no matter what, they won't have enough firepower to keep up with them.
Hmm. So I like that one because the Bengals are just on fire and Titans fucking suck. They're a poverty franchise. And then I got Broncos -4 against the Colts. I think that defense is gonna put fucking AR-15 in the blender, and then Bo, like he's just nasty. So I got them at -4. A lot of close lines, which I
All their
like.
weapons too. A lot of young guys on that team. And
Yeah.
on a like Mims had a big game last week. Troy Franklin looked good, and Portland Sutton obviously has been phenomenal
Mm,
for them too. So
yeah. So I like that. And then my final one, I'm picking the Steelers +5.5. I think they're gonna win outright. I
that's a
think
good pick.
that I think their defense is just gonna. I think their defense is gonna be the first defense to stop Saquon. I think they're just going to load the box and just get after it.
What's the
So
under 41.5? Ooh,
yeah, it's tough.
that's a tricky line there.
Yeah, it is a very tricky line. So I'm gonna take
I do
the
like the
5.5.
Eagles at plus 210.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But those are my best bets. Um, you want to talk some Juan Soto, dude, real quick before we leave?
Hang on, you want to do something?
Yeah, what?
All right. We each pick 2 touchdown scores. See how we do this week. 2 guys we think are going to score any game.
Any game.
Any game.
Touchdown, touchdown parlay.
All right. I got one.
So each of us picking two?
Yeah.
All right, let me put me on the spot, dog.
I know. I haven't even looked. I'm looking right now. Real quick.
Dee, 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 dee.
I got my two. I'm good. Both
All right.
taking 2 receivers.
You say yours first.
I'm going Mike Evans and then Cooper Kupp tomorrow night.
You know what? I might just put on some tomorrow night action too. I was looking at it earlier. You said you got Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
I got George Kittle.
All right. All right.
I got George Kittle. And what was your other one?
I had Mike Evans.
That's a good pick. Uh,
Hasn't scored much this year.
yeah. Yeah. See these lines.
Who's scoring in your Sunday night game? Seahawks, big one for them on Sunday
You want me
night.
to go there? You want me to go there? I'll go looking. I'll go looking.
Little JSN in the end zone.
JSN is plus 200. That's
taking over that receiver room
Yeah,
slowly.
I'll go JSN. Fuck it. All right. So what's our plays? It's fucking
Evans, Cup, Kittle,
JSN.
JSN,
Let's
10
see
to
what
start.
let's see what the line comes out to. So JSN, I'm on DraftKings right now.
I don't even know if all mine are gonna be out. I can check. Let's see. Definitely tomorrow's are
Let me see. I got
Kittle.
Kittle. He said Cooper. Um, where the fuck is that game?
Yeah, I
There
can't
it
bet
is.
the Bucks. Too early on the Bucks.
I got it here.
You can get it.
Yeah.
I can get the
So it is. So we got JSN, George Kittle, Cooper Cup, Mike Evans, plus 3,254.
All right.
$10 wins you 300 some bucks. It's electric. I like it. I'm gonna put it in.
Might definitely at least I'll probably put a nice little $5 on it.
Yeah, no, yeah, nice. Nothing too crazy. Don't break the bank, but yeah, that.
Hopefully we can at least make it out of tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll be fucking eyes glued to the television. Um, yeah, so that's about it for football. You want to talk Juan Soto real quick?
Yeah,
Say your
sure.
piece as a Yanks fan.
Yeah, well, like I said, I kind of going into our next segment. I had him as my loser for this
All
week.
right. Hey, go. Hey, rip off your winners, losers, and suckers then.
I'll just stick with that for now. And go in like he was gonna get need a lot of money, but also with their lineup, I do think it is like you don't necessarily need them a ton. I think there are players on that team that can fill the
Uh-huh.
spots. So I do think it was not a bad decision to get rid of him, but obviously he's one of the best players in baseball, and I
Yeah.
would love him to stay. But what he got paid to is absolutely absurd. The Mets,
Yeah, that's wild. Broke the fucking bank.
yeah, like
15 for 765.
that is absolutely insanity.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Yankees went and paid Max Fried for
mm,
like five, I think it was 5 and 200 mil or something.
yeah, I know. I wish I was better at baseball, dude. Um, I mean, the Yankees are in my winners, losers, and suckers if you want to just rattle them off.
My winner, I got Oregon.
Yeah.
Obviously just going undefeated the whole year, not losing a game, and then winning the Big Ten championship as a first year program. Team looks great. I think they are one of the most talented teams on offense. They have a lot of weapons that they utilize very well. Dan Lanning, I think, is a great coach. So
Hmm.
I think they're my winner this week. And then Sucker, you can give me the SEC because they only got two and they're making a big stint and they're mad about it. And I don't think it would make much of a difference whether you threw Ole Miss or Alabama in there.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Well, my winners, losers, and suckers. My winner, I said Penn State because I think they have the easiest path and they just keep fucking failing upwards. Like they lose the Ohio State, what do they get? Get to go in the Big Ten championship.
Mhm.
Lose the Big Ten championship, what do they get? Play SMU and then play Boise. Like, what do we do? Like, yeah, like I got to tip my hat to them. Like I don't know how they keep just winning, like winning like this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like as a Texas fan, yeah, I know we haven't played anybody and things like that, and we've been good in the AP poll, but this is crazy. Like they,
The two biggest games they lost.
yeah, and they just get rewarded. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. My loser, even though he did win the game, my loser is Kirby Smart because after when they were getting Sankey was giving him the trophy and all that stuff. He's up there complaining and bitching about fucking road games. He's like, yeah, even though they put me on road games, you played Ole Miss on the road. I think they played Bama on the road, I believe, as well. Like he's complaining about these road games, but half the games he plays in fucking Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is 45 minutes from the fucking from Athens. Like what do we like he just likes to just say
They
whatever the
definitely got to
fuck he
think
wants.
about moving that the SEC championship out of Athens.
Yeah, they gotta move it out because like
No,
he's
it's not in Athens. It's in.
yeah in Atlanta. Like he's just like a little crybaby. Like whenever he doesn't get his way, like now I kind of sound like a sore
Yeah,
loser,
no.
but like he's fucking just bitching up a storm, saying, "Yeah, even though Sankey wanted to give us all these road games, like what are we talking about, dude? You play half your season in Atlanta." So, um, and then my suckers are Yankees fans. As a Boston Red Sox fan, I was like, hell yeah. I knew we weren't gonna get fucking Juan Soto, but I was like, hell yeah, let's go Mets, sign him. And specifically Yankees fans that are out there saying, oh, they're kind of like trying to shit on Juan Soto now. They're like, yeah, he's
I
not he's
saw
not that good in the outfield. We're happy we didn't get him. Bitch, you fucking wanted him. You guys wanted him. And then
I'll be
he,
honest. I wanted him to stay.
yeah, exactly. So like, you have these guys on fucking social media like, yeah, he's picking money over legacy. Motherfucker, you guys have the highest payroll in fucking baseball. So what are we talking about? But yeah, those are that's my suckers that's my little win, off-season win for the Red Sox. 'Cause I know we ain't gonna sign anybody. I know we're gonna be in the bottom of the AL East. So it doesn't really fucking matter. But yeah, those are my winners, losers, and suckers. But you got anything else, my man?
No, I think we're good. Start coming up with some new ideas, like you said. Get that
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah, well, so just stay posted. Like I said, we post every Wednesday night. This is the hangout with Cam and Brine. Um, I think we're gonna be trying out some new things. Like you said, I was thinking maybe we do like some Q&A, like you were giving us some questions, and that might be a good idea. But yeah, just stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter, the Hangout 1830. Obviously subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter and things like that. All right, like and subscribe. See you next Wednesday.